Hi everyone, welcome to Fresh Paint Showcase, a mini museum curation of paintings that are on exhibit and for sale at pleinair.easton.com, Plein Air Easton 2025. I want to welcome the Director of Academy Art Museum, Charlotte Kasich, and the Director of Education and Interpretation, Matt Moore. Charlotte has a couple paintings that we're going to take a look at, and Charlotte, I'm going to throw it to you. Take it away.
Okay. Thank you so much. Can you hear me okay?
Yep.
Gonna take this.
You're good.
Okay. All right. So we've been having some funny. All right. This is the first piece that really caught our eyes. And for me, one of the reasons that I love this is I'm a glass blower. I'm interested in optics and light. And the way that light. Yep. We're gonna segue. It's gonna feel really good. Still talking. How about now? Did you turn it off? Okay. Check. All right. So I think about optics, I think about light. I think a lot about the way that they were able to capture a moment. And I love these little moments in here where you can really see the highlights of the trees, those like spring greens. I'm also really interested in the way that it's dappling down here. And I'm interested in this space as well. I'm sort of curious about this space. It feels like a fort or a tree house. It feels like something undiscovered that you're not supposed to know about. I think it's funny that both Matt and I are not painters. We both are artists, but different kinds of artists, and really interested in this phenomena of optics. So, Matt, what do you see when you see this lovely little piece here?
Well, it's funny. I kind of think about the content of the painting a lot, and it's interesting to hear you talk about what this might be, because I cheated. And I looked at the back.
Oh, man.
And I know, no, don't look.
Okay.
No, I know what it is, actually.
Okay.
But I love your guesses. It says on the back that it's a corn crib.
A corn crib. See,
It's a place for stashing corn.
I wanted this to be
Yeah.
a place where kids went and played and had like imaginary games in the woods.
I think that can happen too, actually.
I think both things can happen simultaneously.
Both things can happen. I do love the balance of the piece, though, and I particularly love that there's this kind of empty space over here that you can, just kind of let happen in your imagination, and allow, your imagination to kind of think about what the space is like outside of the frame. So I just love that it kind of shifts over to the left like that. And I love the purples that are happening down here in the shadowy area underneath the corn crib. So good pick.
It's a great pick. And I think, sometimes I feel like the best paintings are ones that you have to squint at. This is one that you sort of squint from far away and it almost comes more to life for me. Like some of the strokes in here are less convincing when I get really close, but from far away, it's perfect. It's like there's like suspension of belief or something where you're like, okay, I'm there, I can get there. And I love what you had to say about the relationship, sort of the relationship, the figure to ground relationship, the way that it's offset, the choice of colors, how it's this juxtaposition of these like cool purpley tones up against these highlight pinks. And you can tell this is spring, right? Like it feels spring to you. It's a great work. It's a really wonderful piece, and it really transports you to a fun place. I'd love to know where this is.
Yeah, for me, it's funny. For me, it feels kind of southern.
Yes.
It reminds me of like southern photography by like William Eggleston.
Yes.
In terms of the sort of vibe it's given off.
Absolutely. So fun. That's a great question. Oh, it's Lynn Lewis. Great question. Corn Crib by Lynn Lewis.
Yep.
If anybody's curious, it's 24 by 24 and it's $1,800.
Yeah.
Not so bad for all you friends out there. Yep, so this one just immediately grabbed our eye as we were walking through. And why don't we segue to the next piece?
Yeah, let's do it.
Okay, let's do it.
Yeah.
So the next piece sort of for us felt very industrial. And big cheat here. We picked 3 different pieces. We're like, oh, these are great. And then we realized they were all by the same artist. So that was a problem. And it's this artist right here. Don't know the guy's name. Patrick Lee. Patrick Lee is another one of those. It feels like, I don't know, early modernism to me. The colors are muted and strange. It's getting kind of dark. Again, if you squint, you start to really get into this workspace. As an artist myself, I really feel transported into this workspace. I feel like I'm in the workshop, the wood shop. I actually now I'm realizing this probably was at the Mariners Museum at the workbench where they're like working on the boats. I'm just going to go on a limb. Cuts and Case in Oxford. Okay, so it is a boat. It's a boat place. Okay. I think that so much when you walk around here is landscapes. You know, it's beautiful greens and blues and sunsets. And this is one of the few interior spaces that you get brought into. What do you think, Matt?
I mean, that's why I leaned towards it. I liked the fact that it was an interior space and that it had a lot of sort of shadowy browns. And I really like that about the piece. It's just got just a little bit different than a lot of the other things I'm seeing here in terms of color palette, but also just kind of like, this is another one where you have to use a lot of your imagination to think about what's happening here. Yeah, it's a beautiful painting.
Yeah, it's both like specific and unspecific. You know, so at moments you think it's almost abstraction, and then you realize that it's not. You know,
It's
that it's
not.
actually a still life of sorts. But it leaves a lot to guess. There's a lot your brain has to fill in, and I really appreciate that component of it.
Yeah, it reminds me of a painter that I follow named Matt Close, who paints a lot of these interiors. And he'll paint like in basements and places where people work and kind of focus on the little jars of nails and things like that you find. And I think that this painting is similar to that in that respect.
Yeah, again, the interior for me is what really did it. It felt very different, significantly different than so much of what you see around here in the room. Although there's incredible work in the room, and all of you guys online, we're sorry you can't see all this, but we will be back every day at 3 to 4 o'clock, and we'll continue to pick out different ones. So for our last one, though, we went real weird here, and I don't even know if this is going to hold up in real life for everybody, because I'm really obsessed with these tiny. It's called the Lover's Eye Portrait series. Does anybody know about this phenomena? So it was a phenomena where you would get a portrait of your lover's eye, and it would be created at the exact scale of an eye, and it was supposed to be secret, because if you saw it, you wouldn't know who the lover is, right? But you could have it as a brooch, you could have it as a piece of jewelry, but it's very intimate and it's very small, and it's really, it's something that's like, you know, an inside joke. Well, this piece, obviously the scale in and of itself, it just seems hysterical to put it up on this easel, honestly.
Yeah.
But immediately drew me in, again, because it's different from so many other things in this room. You know, when you're thinking about trying to make sure that we're doing a good cross-section and representation of the kinds of works that you're already seeing being made so early here in the Plein Air Festival, this one, first of all, it's at nighttime. I didn't see any other night scenes. Sort of twilight. It's very dark. It's extremely small. Yeah. What do you think, Matt?
And it's green.
And it's green.
It's a green nighttime, and it feels kind of swampy. And I just love that about it. Yeah, I love that, and I love the moon centered right there in the frame. It's beautiful.
You know, this person was smart. It's too hot out, and they started painting at night.
Yeah.
They realized how to beat the heat. That's what happened here.
And that could be what's drawing us to it too, is the temperature.
It's true.
You know?
That's actually a really good point. The temperature of it is this cool temperature, which is so different than so many other things in this room right now.
Yeah.
I mean, it really pulls you in.
It does. It does.
It really pulls
and
you in.
It's even better up close. I don't know if we're able to how close we're able to get, but these trees and everything are just really gorgeous.
Yeah.
And there's a little bit of kind of like umber or red right there in the landscape, which is really interesting. I wonder what that could be.
The quality almost feels like an etching, you know?
Yeah, it does
it's
feel
weird,
like that.
The
Yeah.
way that they've been able to deal with the line and the way that they've been able to sort of create it. It feels like a copper etching, but it's not at all. So the technique itself is a little bit confusing.
Check.
Yeah. So it's really interesting to see the variation of work here today. It's been fascinating to walk around and realize what people are attracted to. I mean, naturally, there's lots of boats, of course, and fields and barns and homes, but sometimes there's night scenes.
Yeah.
And sometimes there's, you know, interior spaces.
Yeah. Yeah, and high quality across the board.
Right.
Yeah, really,
right.
really strong work.
It's so exciting to be at the mecca of plein air painting this week and to be able to see so many artists out. Like, I was just trying to leave my house and ran into an artist in a field. It's really incredible.
Yeah. I'm always hoping for people to paint my house. I live on South Street, and I'm always popping out hoping somebody's going to get my house, because I
Yeah.
would probably buy that painting.
You're going to have to buy that piece.
But it doesn't happen.
I felt
you
the
know?
same way. It's this abandoned farmhouse right outside of my neighborhood. I was like, I might have to go buy that piece.
Yeah.
Like, it's quintessential to where I live.
Yeah.
Hey, Matt, do we have any plein air painting classes at the Academy Art Museum?
It's a great question. We do have landscape classes.
Awesome. Just
And
curious.
and actually have a meeting later this week with an artist that I won't name right now, but we're going to talk about a landscape workshop for this fall or early spring. I'm pretty excited about that, because he's not taught at the Academy before, and he'll be coming over the bridge to offer a workshop. So
That's awesome.
so I'm excited about that. But we have a number of landscape classes. Actually, Nancy Tankersley had a landscape class this past weekend, and they were inside one day because it was a little rainy, but after that they were outside. So
The founder of the fest herself.
the founder.
The founder. And then, as you guys all know, we will be hosting the final pieces at the Academy Art Museum. So on Saturday and Sunday, it's wide open to the public, and we hope you can come and see some of the finalists.
Yep.
And then, if you get tickets, you can come to the preview night and then the big opening night. So
Yeah.
those will
Exciting.
be happening with
And
us.
I know we have one question from the audience, which is who is the artist here? Krista Pisano.
Krista
Okay.
Pizzata, Moon March.
Yeah.
Yep. And it's only $875, in case anybody's curious.
There you go.
There you go. Well, thank you guys so much for having us. It's been a delight.
Yeah.
Thank you, Krista and Matt from the Academy Art Museum, for coming over and doing this. This is a fresh paint showcase, and we'll be here, I think, Tuesday and Wednesday at 3 and 4 again to do this again. All of these paintings are on exhibit and for sale at the Plein Air Easton Headquarters at the Waterfowl Building in Easton, Maryland. And we'll be here all the way through Sunday. We have the collector's preview party, which will feature the competition paintings at the Academy Art Museum on Friday, quick draw this coming Saturday, and small painting Sunday this coming Sunday. We have a week of painting left to go. All the paintings that they do in Oxford and Tillman throughout this exhibit changes every day. So you can come in every day and see something brand new. Thank you guys very much for coming in, and we really appreciate it. All the information is at pleinaireaston.com. Thank you, and we'll see you next time.